It's kind of like a different take on the Shining Shoal deck, but the idea is you're playing Squadron Hawk, so you can play the full 12 white pitch spells, Force of Virtue, Spectral Procession, and Solitude, and then Spectral Procession, Shining Shoal, Force of Virtue, Solitude, and then Spectral Procession is your second high mana value card to pitch to Shining Shoal, so you don't have to play stupid Chancellor. Yeah. Shoal pitches for 6 is like another dynamic here. And I was like really looking for like card advantage spell in this deck, and I think that you just have to play stupid Stoneforge Mystic for Sophie or Kaldra or Batterskull. We needed to play. We can't play Mishra's Factory and Spectral Procession, so I think I had to play. I was playing the White Desert here. That didn't make it up. So we can get a poll going if a mod wants to put the poll up. I was gonna play test this tonight, but yeah, thank you, mods. But I'm kind of been itching to play it. It looks pretty sick too. Yeah, I know we're going kind of off book today. Sideboard is like really rough first draft. White equipment to pitch. Maybe. It's a lot more relevant in this deck, right? Yeah, let's play Maul. Let's play Maul over Batterskull. We can put the Batterskull on the side. Batterskull's really important against like Dredge, Prowess, Burn. I'm not sure about the Moonlights either. I kind of wanted to try them out again. Dude, it's like... it's like Mono Red's getting crushed. Alright, let's do it. About Crowbar? So I liked Crowbar when we could recur it with the 3-mana Saga. I like it less here. It's probably fine. Like, we can play the first Crowbar over the 4th Relic-Warder pretty easily. Although I'm actually like really liking the idea of Relic-Warder against Hammer and Titan. Could play just one Chalice. Don't really hate the extra one. The problem with Lion Sash was that card is like completely unplayable. But like besides that, I'd be like love to play it. Alright, mulligan the 1-lander. And keep Giver into Stoneforge. On the play. Yeah, the white Remand might make it into the Mentor list, maybe. Is Giver good? The only thing it really protects is Stoneforge. I mean, Giver's like one of the best white 1-drops in Modern. It does protect your Stoneforge Mystic. It also protects Adeline, which is really important. Protects Esper Sentinel. Can like gum up the board in combat. Giver's just really good. I don't know. What is pitch card? Pitch cards are like Solitude, so instead of casting them for their mana cost, you just exile a card from your hand instead. Yeah, pitch something. Sagas are probably good. No, Urza Saga sucks in decks like this. Y'all, it's one, you don't want any lands that can't tap for white in your Spectral Procession deck. But Urza Saga is not a good card in like these mid-range decks with no way to recur it and like not a lot of artifacts. You do have like Stoneforge and Sentinel at least, so it's like, you know, less than none, but like Saga's just like it's not that good. It ain't that bad either, but it ain't that good. Yeah, let's just get Kaldra. I'm gonna keep the Giver to protect the Stoneforge. Turn 3 Kaldra is kind of tough for them to beat. We have backup Solitude maybe. Yeah. Spectral Procession's mana value is 6, which is really relevant in this deck because you can pitch it to Shining Shoal for 6. Wow. This is what people are saying when they say Murktide really hard to play, maybe. I'm sorry, but my opponent even said huge fan, hard. But you can't. Yeah, I think they should have attacked first. They should have attacked first. I'm just gonna leave up double Solitude, I think. That's okay. Yeah, deck is broken, you know. Listen, we mulligan, they mulligan post-game, post-board misclick. Hope they don't watch this. I should have laughed a little too hard. Our matchup is probably great. Our matchup is probably awesome. I kind of want to cut the 3 drops, like Adeline, Wedding Announcement. Wedding Announcement's maybe probably a little slow. Kind of want to cut the Maul also. Batterskull's maybe better than Maul in general. Could cut the 4th. Procession's good though. Everything is so good. Cut the 4th Force maybe. I think Shining Shoal is better than Force. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to cut all the forces. I think the 3 drops are like just not really where you want to be. Wouldn't it be correct to give Stoneforge Pro a response to consider before second land drop? Yeah, I guess so. I guess that was a good line. Adeline seems insane. Maybe cut Squawks. I don't think Squadron. We'll learn. We'll figure it out. But like, I think Squadron Hawk is like fine against Murktide, especially like giving you like the. It's an important piece when you're playing all the Force of Virtues and Solitudes too. But we are bringing in the Sanctifiers. So like that's a 2-drop. This hand is crazy against them. Dude, I can Shining if they go Ragavan and I go Sentinel, and they burn spell the Sentinel, I can Shining Shoal and kill Ragavan. If they attack, I think I just block. It's tough. I guess I could Shining Shoal the Ragavan still. Why Relic-Warder of White Rexage? 2 mana versus 3 mana I think is better against Titan and Hammer, which are the main matchups I want it for. Yeah, let me just Shining Shoal, target this, exile this. And if they spell Pierce, I draw a card and I'll just block. This card has been so good. I wish this was White Vindicator. Me too. It's just like so hard to play like 4 mana, 5/5 flyers. That triggers Ragavan? The next X damage a Source Shoot would deal to any target instead. No, the Ragavan is dealing damage to itself instead of me, right? This is damage to a player. It's dealing damage to itself. The White Cocoa? That card is not the White Cocoa. That's the 5 mana White Cocoa. Man, they didn't kill this pre-combat. I guess they just wanted to trade. Fetch lands and single planes, always recycle Hawks. I kind of forgot about that tech. I don't know if I've ever thought that tech's that good, but it could be better than I think. I don't know. Alright, I think we're supposed to jam Stoneforge Mystic. Could be correct to get Batterskull here. It's more castable if they kill the Mystic, and holds a Sword of Fire and Ice pretty well. They have 4 cards in their hand. Okay. So happy enough to pick Batterskull instead. Don't love to see Shredder. If I draw, like I wanted to draw land and double spell. I guess if I draw land, I'll just play Sophie. This is good against Murktide at least. All their spells in the yard are red. Should be able to Shining Shoal counter spells, I think. Yeah, Murktide, I think, is one of our better matchups for sure. What did they exile? So hard to tell with iteration sometimes. Discard a Murktide. Alright, let's draw a land. 21 lands in deck, all under untapped. 22, I think. Can be hard to remember. Ah. Is there potential for a Stoneforge Tyvar list? Yeah, Devoted Druid is Stoneforge Tyvar. We need to circle back to Devoted Druid too. I do feel like we're gonna be in our circle back era, I guess. Okay, let me show that on the Ragavan. So target here. I always forget how to cast this. Shoal is so good. Just always like it's very often 0 mana 2 for 2. Yeah, circle back preview season. New set also comes out in less than a month, or like in on the 21st of next month. So definitely want to like circle back to a lot of the older decks before it's too late. Okay, ouch. Resolve, please, Sophie. Previews next week. Yeah, I wish that I could be a part of preview season, but no longer apparently. Yeah, good luck, Blitz. I've had a really hard time with it. Is Stoneforge package better than Ranger Captain package? I think so. Like, there's just like not really any value 1-drops you can play in mono white. And like I think like Stoneforge like plays really well with I think the Shining Shoal Force package. Like Force protects Stoneforge from heat on turn 2. Shining Shoal just protects it really often anyways, and it gives you like that like card advantage, like mana sink that you really need in mono white because like you just don't have anything else. I don't know, Crib Rose. I hope so. I'm not aware of one at the moment, but I hope so. So this is 6. Yeah, it's a 2-turn clock. Could have two copies of Bolt. They've already used 1, right? Yeah, they've already used 1. Yeah, we saw the new Elspeth. The art and the name is crazy. Oh, dude, is Everos still here? Everos loves Elspeth and loves Angels. And he's got to be so excited for that. I would have played their Odawara also, which is great news for me. That could have been a fatal misplay by them. Yeah, we died to like Heat plus Bolt plus Ragavan, maybe. No, not even that. Yeah, it has to be like exactly 2 bolts. Or like a Braid, explosives. She's Sarah Reborn? That's cool. I barely know who Sarah is, but I vaguely know, which is that is cool. Maybe I'll read. I might actually read the story time for the first time in. I think the last story time Magic thing I read was like Liliana with the Raven Man back in Shadows over Innistrad, which to be fair was like a really, really cool lore thing, but I haven't read one of those in a long time. Don't read it? Oh no. Okay, I'll write a fan fiction about it if it's bad. As it should be. Do a voiceover post on YouTube, maybe. Amy does a lot of Amy does a lot of like lore content that like she wish it doesn't do as like well as her other stuff, so she has a hard time doing it. I know what that's like, but I really like watching it. Like she did a drunk lore stream one time, and me and Esther watched the whole thing. It was just like so entertaining. It was like I would like much rather learn Magic lore from drunk Amy than any other source. Oh, and also speaking of Amy, tell me this doesn't look exactly like her. If y'all know Amy the Amazonian, can maybe get a picture. Trying to find a good picture. This is a great picture. With Guy Fieri in a dress of Magic cards. Maybe not the best picture, but I don't know. It looks just like her, I feel. They didn't have mana for the explosives. Yeah, it's hard to. That's it. It's hard to find a picture of Amy not smiling. It's kind of like Esther, honestly. Esther is like, you know how some people have chronic frowny face? Esther is non-stop smiling. Alright, mono white too good, Murktide too bad. Well, I'm gonna sacrifice Shefet Dunes for fun here. Somehow if they turn off the sword ability. One damage short of killing me here. Very close game. I'm not sure. I'm not locked in on these being good in the deck, but they seem fine. They don't cost you very much, and we are a token deck, kind of. Do we have Force of Virtue in our hand? How do we lose? Lynn's 10 months. Thank you. Do I get mini requests for collabs? The property is really cool. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I get some for sure. I've had a request for collab before. Did the thing with the professor. I don't know. It's tough, like, because when you're a streamer, like, you know, you do solo content. I go on podcasts sometimes. Go on podcasts sometimes. Oh, I meant to message one podcast back. I was like really busy last month. I was like, message me next month. Yeah, I'm cool. People want to collab with me. Oh, also Force of Virtue with Sentinel is so sick. We only get two. We just get 2 Hawks here, right? Game Knights win. I'm not that cool. Stupid Living End. We've got sideboard cards, but Living End's gonna be a tough one. Wait, are they just? We could beat this. No, please cast your Shardless Agent. Please, please, just like take any game action that I have a chance to beat. Let's play a game of Magic. Please just cast your agent. I just, come on. Just take any game action that I could possibly beat. Leyline Sanctity on the sideboard? Yeah, what is Leyline for the scam matchup? Because we already have 4 Sanctifiers. What are the Leylines for? So like another spot or something? They're taking 6. Y'all ever cast a 3/3 Esper Sentinel? DJ, thank you for 18 months. Hope you're doing well. Maybe better to pitch Giver so we can cast a Hawk and get another. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so we get to draw a card, and then we get to put 9 flying power in the air if they don't have force. We also get to play a Giver if we draw a land. Which is a 3/4, which could block the Architects. And we're also like really likely to draw a land because they have Architects of Will. It could end up being better playing around force by playing Stoneforge Mystic. Can I explain the line holding Giver of Procession? Yeah, it's like really easy. My opponent's a Living End deck, and they're just gonna kill my board if I play Giver of Procession. So now I have them in my hand instead of them being gone. Just sick. Alright, let's just not play around force. Just don't play around it. Every day, my disdain for Living End grows stronger. Okay, so play both of these next turn. They're at 2 life. Super dead. Game 3. Game 2. So we get the Moonlights of the Chalice. Another matchup where these 3-mana creatures are bad. Batterskull, I think, is better than Maul also. The Shining Shoals really don't shine here. You can keep a couple copies in, maybe. No, the Shoals are really bad. Let's get them out of here. It's really hard to play Adeline with Hallowed Moonlight in the deck, though. Living End seems to be picking back up in popularity. It had really dipped for a long time, and Modern was great. It's okay. Yeah, it's not as popular as it used to be, for sure. Some Sanctifier. I mean, Sanctifier is not very good against them. Do we have our Chalice but no lands? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I guess I could have kept the Squadron Hawk and like discarded the hand size maybe. One problem too with Hallowed Moonlight and this matchup is their Living End still ends up being a Wrath. So if I get all the Hawks, I don't have to get all the Hawks. We just took that line, but getting all the Hawks discarding Stoneforge is kind of interesting. It's kind of bad with the Hallowed Moonlight plan though. Actually kind of like Sword here. Since I'm like going to be like holding up the Hallowed Moonlight, I think it kind of makes sense to be playing a slower game plan where I like hold up Hallowed Moonlight, put in Sword into turn if I don't. Put a new white remand in its place when it comes out. In the main deck over the sideboard probably, but maybe. Would definitely help these kind of decks against Cascade decks. No Cycler is big. Alright. In place of Moonlight, cantrips and similar things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like the White Remand is an efficient enough sideboard card to sideboard. I could be wrong, though. Dude, they just pitched a second Living End. And they just took a creature from me, which is an interesting dynamic. They don't have a third land. No, I draw my third land. Wow. Don't think there's much reason to play anything else. Opponent's just teasing us. They had the third land plus Living End the whole time. Is it Maul just Solitude now? So if they leave me with a Giver, I have Pro Blue, and then I can Pro Black for lethal potentially next turn. They left me with both Givers, is also interesting. I guess we play both Givers this turn to play around. And then play another color blocker like Endurance, which is not very likely. Swords of Forge and Frontier. Yeah, Forge and Frontier is okay. I don't think you want to play two swords in this deck, though. Yeah, that's us just seeing it in the background. So they're going to Violent Outburst. Yeah, no, Yastra's a really nice singer. I think we just go equip attack with everything, and that beats Borrower. And Endurance. And does not beat the Curator. But they have no more Living Ends, right? Yeah, they have no more Living Ends. They pitched to earlier. Okay. Oh yeah, I was dead. I was just dead to Outburst. Living in players. Maybe Sanctifier is better than I think. Just like that passive exile. It's probably better than Adeline. There's an exile. It exiles Architects and Grief. Is that a Street Wraith? Yeah, that's probably enough. I think just jam, yeah. They're just toying with me though. They knew that was not the right line, and they're just trying to squeeze as much pain out of me as possible. They're on a Mold to 6 also. I think Kaldra is bad in the matchup. Like my whole deck's bad in this matchup, y'all. So I draw up to 7, land down to 6, Chalice down to 5, draw up to 6, land down to 5, Squadron Hawk up to down to 4, up to 7, so I can't discard Stoneforge to hand size. Okay, Grief Pitch Living End. 1 Living End down. This gives them perfect info about my hand, but I think that's fine. They only have 4 cards. But draw a land I can pretty comfortably... yeah, I think with Solitude in hand we can actually play the Stoneforge. I'm going to get Sophie for kind of the same reasons we did last time. No second cycler is very interesting. Excited to go to Barcelona. I hope I qualify. I don't think I'm. I still haven't been playing. The qualifiers haven't started yet, but you know, it's very difficult to like try to specifically qualify for any one PT. But more so, like I think the better attitude for me has always been to just be on your grind and eventually get there. Very notably, that's 2 Living Ends down. Would I go without qualifying, considering it's modern? I don't make so much money that like I can just afford to just take a trip to Barcelona, or like I wouldn't want to just go to a tournament I'm not qualified for. Not qualified. Why didn't they block? The RC for it's the Dallas one. Yeah, I mean, I'm not qualified for Dallas. It's just like a whole thing, right? I guess you really don't want this in the yard. That's probably correct, actually. They do only have 1 Living End left. 64 card version. Bring to Light was played in a tournament. I didn't see it. I think the Bring to Light decks, like, they're really weird to me. It feels like every time I pilot these, like, Omnath Bring to Light decks, I'm drawing Valky, I'm missing my 3rd land drop, I'm flooding out, I'm drawing Valakut early, and whenever I play against them, they just curve out so freaking well. And so, obviously that's just, like, anecdotal, but I just can never seem to, like, do well with those Bring to Light decks. When they curve out, they're really good. They're really, really good. But there's also like a lot of cards that make it easy to not curve out. Ooh. Will I do the Alice LCQ? Yeah, of course, if I'm not qualified. There's one local RCQ, I think next weekend, that I want to play. And if I'm not qualified, I will do the LCQs. Okay, we're at 24 versus 11. So hopefully my opponent didn't like go subtlety. But also, like, we're currently beating their Living End too. What was the play? Bring to Light. I would play Grazer for sure and Bring to Light. I wouldn't necessarily. You could also play Prismatic and things maybe. I'm not sure exactly what the list looks like. Ooh. The Pioneer RC qualifies for Modern PT. Oh yeah, that shouldn't be right? I don't think that. Whatever. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Why are they tanking on this cycle? Why would you not ever cycle? Why would you not cycle main phase there? I think I'm not casting my Solitude just yet. My opponent does only have one living end left in the deck, so like it's not even that unlikely that they haven't drawn it. But I'm also doing all right in this race. Okay, I think I'm okay casting this with like having the Solitude in the hand to follow up. They have another Subtlety, of course. Worst possible. I think Elstorm belongs in the 75 of Bring to Light. I don't love raising that deck's mana curve, but you could play one. There's one living in left in their deck, yeah, at least. They had 3 last games. Sometimes they board up to 4. I'm really scared of third Subtlety here. Maybe I shouldn't be so much. Should be more scared of like Curator into Cascade Spell. But I don't know. I have a reasonable graveyard. My left total is not as high as it was. I exiled the Waker with the Solitude. They're not attacking with Subtleties. Interesting. They had Violent Outburst that you would think that they would have. Okay, they just missed 3 damage. I can also cast Batterskull here. And it's really nice that this, in theory, is their last living end. I think I need to exile the Waker. The Curator could be a little bit more important. Really wish I had that Sophie still in the deck. They could also have Force really easily in their hand. Huh. Yeah, I guess with that thought, like getting a couple of chump blockers in play is really nice, and it would make a lot of sense for them to have Force in their hand. So I don't mind going like Hawk into double Stoneforge activation. I have some interesting blocking decisions if they just send with the Riverwinders. It is really nice that they've used all their living ends. That makes things so much less stressful. I think I'm sold on the planes. I need a little bit more selling, but it's probably fine. Like, how is this block? Take 9 down to 3 is rough. Oh, I gained 3. Go down to 8, attacking up to 9. He's fine. Okay, so putting Kaldra attack for 8 up to 11. Be really dead to any removal spell. Yeah, I think we're gonna be going for like equip Batterskull on Germ Token next turn. I don't know. I feel like we straight up Or do they have? They do have borrowers. One borrower. Two borrowers got revealed earlier. So equip Batterskull to Kaldra. Easy win the game if they have nothing. They have 5 cards in their hand. Kind of hard for them to be on nothing. What a weird match, huh? You can play Desert, pump the Batterskull. Yeah, I think if I'm going to pump the Batterskull with the Desert, I'm going to do it next turn. Gonna play Stoneforge over Sanctifier so I don't take a point of damage either. Just close. But also, if they have a bounce spell or anything, they're like really likely to play it this turn. Maybe not. Dude, they keep attacking with everything and just then not. We're not swinging Batterskull, worried about double block. I mean, single block even. Just kills the germ. It's 4/4 against 5/5. I feel like Shefet Dunes alpha wins, so if I go Shefet Dunes... Yeah, if they had a bounce spell, they would have bounced the germ token, Kaldra too. But how do we even lose if we Shefet Dunes? Let's say they bounce this, so I don't gain any life. Save, they even bounce this, block, yeah. We're just going to play Giver post-combat. I'm just going to Dunes. Maybe I could attack with... Just not attack with a Squadron Hawk either. I think I have 2 blockers on the back. So yeah, I kind of like that. Have to attack with Batterskull? Yeah. Of course. Trail, 9 months ago, thank you. They're obviously just dead if they have nothing, which is easy mode. Could you bounce Batterskull, play off Stoneforge, or attack with it? Yeah, maybe attacking with the last turn was correct. It's really weird. Really weird match. Hawk attack is lethal. This is also lethal, right? But we're just thinking about them having like 2 interactive spells. I think we still live here. Hey.
So I made lunch for myself with veggies and couscous. Would you want me to, and then the salmon burger? Do you want me to just throw on a salmon burger for you now, or you cook it later?
Later. Thank you. Dude, if my opponent has nothing, I'm gonna be so annoyed. It's just... If they have nothing, it's gonna be like, what are we doing here? Oh, right, it isn't lethal, right? Because they can block here, go to 1, I don't know. It's not bad as Duos, but the modern, it's really bad. No, you're right, it wasn't quite lethal, huh? I don't know, I think if they have nothing, we're winning by a lot if they're on, like, block here. Okay, something, let's go. Odawara, number 2? 2 Odawaras, is that normal? I feel like I haven't seen that very often. The 2 blockers, they need 2 bounce spells here, somehow. Deck tech for Bring Lightscape Shift, huh? So I actually do like being like a little above 60 cards in this list. Your mana is like kind of is very awkward with like 4 Valakites, and it just becomes so much better once you add the extra cards. Yeah, no more Living Ends in their deck, thankfully. GG. But I think if you're at just, you know, 4 Grazer, 4 Omnath, 4 Teferi, 63 cards, I think it looks really good. Assuming this is not already 63. Where do you at? You have 40. Oh, you are. Oh, you have 40, 57. You're at 61. So that would be 64 cards. Dude, I have not equipped Batterskull to Kaldra in a while. Let's get a Force of Vigor. Yeah, but Bring to Light Scapeship is definitely the kind of deck I think you want to be a little above 60. Thoughts on declining the Salmon Burger? Well, it's just I don't really like to eat on stream very often. And like having like a nice lunch that like I want to take my time with, I'd just rather be hungry for a couple more hours and then devour it later. Instead of like smacking my lips for 20 minutes on stream. If it's something I could scarf down, I'll eat, but I really don't like eating a full meal on stream while playing Magic. I always feel so gross. Alright, another Cascade matchup. At least it's not Living End. Much better matchup, honestly. I got hoping to draw a high mana value card to protect against Fury a little bit. I think I'm still playing Sentinel. Spins a second Footfalls. Plays a Triumph. Okay. Great draw. Amazing draw. Now I like would love for them to Fury me. They go Fury 2-1 and we just Force of Virtue. Yeah, tons of Cascade this week. Fury, Fury, Fury. No third land. Oh, well. I guess we still have Shining Shoal up, but I guess I should have played my other land here. But like, you'd think if they were going to kill the Stoneforge, they would have done it on their turn. Yeah, I definitely should have played my land. Petty Theft on Stoneforge. Okay, that's fine. Let's draw a card. Whoa! That's a draw. I guess I get the Maul to pitch. The Furious Force Bed and Shoal? No? Force is better because it saves both my creatures and then permanently gives them +1/+1 instead of dealing them 4. I think that's better. 2/2 Esper Sentinel is a ridiculous card. We've had a few 2/2 Sentinels with like Luminarch Aspirant and Recommission, and a 2/2 Sentinel is something to write home about. Although I might end up keeping Maul actually as the last white card, not sure. We're gonna draw a lot of cards off these Sentinels. Force of Virtue, save one of my creatures. Oh, right, yeah, that's right. If they do 2 mana on the Sentinel. I don't know why I was thinking they do 3 on the Stoneforge. I'm gonna double force here though. Let's switch the Shining Shoal first, since we're not gonna have too much left in our hand after this. Just say maybe force is better. Okay, they. Oh my gosh, this is a crazy blowout. I think I pitched the Giver. Maybe Giver's better. But the Maul is really nice on the Kaldra, like just flies over the Rhinos. But I get to draw. They don't even get to pay for Sentinel here. I get to draw 2 extra cards, 2 cards, and save the Stoneforge. Pretty nuts. Okay, so far I've cut these 3 drops in every matchup. It's probably fine. Something to keep your eye on. I also brought in, I think I went Batterskull. Batterskull like, can definitely, especially with Force of Virtue, stabilize in a way the other cards, Equipment can't. It's hard to cut the processions because they're like high mana value for Shining Shoal. Maybe I just actually only don't bring in that many Hallowed Moonlights. I feel like we can actually like contend with the Rhinos on board with Stoneforge and like protecting the Stoneforge with Shoal and Force. Giver. It's hard to hold up mana on the draw too. We sided Maul every game. Yeah, but our matchup spread has also been weird, right? Well, I guess we played against Murktide. We played against Murktide, Living End, Rhinos. Do we do all the Solitudes? Yeah, Solitude's really good in this deck with the Squawks. Alright. Sneep. Hallowed Moonlight, another matchup. I brought in 2. They're hard to hold up in the draw. And after that game, I'm of the opinion that we have an easier time just like beating their Rhinos. Like, not that they cast the Rhinos that game, but we could have beaten them pretty easily. So I don't know that we need all the Hallowed Moonlights. I've definitely played several games against Rhinos also where I've over-sideboarded against their Rhinos and I just die to like their Furies and stuff. 13th, think with the tier 1. Oh yeah, I heard Crowbar is bugged on Arena where you sacrifice your whole board. Good with Mayhem Double. Ice Me? I think they're deciding between fire and ice here, huh? You go for fire. Let's cutting 1 Valakut for the blue channel land. I don't like it. RRQR, I think it's Switch Prime. I think like your Dryads are so much worse every Valakut you cut. And you gotta remember when you're playing 66 cards, like you also like want the 4th copy worse. Not making the same mistake as last time. What are they doing? Or just fire? I would love for them to fire the Mystic here and pay, or not, or go before the Sentinel comes down. They shock, though. They're not Violent Outbursting unless they have Force and Vigor. Dead Gone? Doesn't make any sense. Prismari Command? Oh, Prismari Command would make sense. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of Prismari Commands lately. Yeah, pretty brutal, but thankfully I played my land this time. They have 4 cards. They don't have another land. You know, the Sentinels draw me more cards. Do you have another land? I'm still making Dark Souls. So right now, I'm learning a different route for Dark Souls. I'm learning the magic route. Where like my biggest issue has just been like focusing for like the full 3 hours, like completely focused. And where like the mid to late game with the magic route is much easier, but the early game is longer and more difficult, so it might end up being like kind of a wash, but I'm interested in trying it. Would the extra Spirit from Souls be worth splash, or is it too expensive? So Procession is better than Lingering Souls in this deck because it has 6 mana value for Shining Shoal, is the thought. That's kind of the key dynamic here. Obviously, they could have an answer for this here, but like you would think, he was supposed to attack last turn. So whatever it is, they're going to do it after I attack, so I can't hit them with the Sentinel. They do only have 2 cards. Kind of looks like Beseiju. Oh, it's another Violent Outburst. This is fine. This is actually good because I can just Solitude a token. Do they have, if they have Beseiju plus Violent Outburst, you know, it is what it is. Would actually like really like to move the sword over to the Sentinel, but can't because my germ dies. Up to a nice juicy 15 life. Still have some gas in the tank. Pretty good against my opponent having Prismari Command, Fire Ice, Double Cascade Spell. The Prismari Command against Stoneforge Chalice was crazy. Although they also like they didn't play. I got the Sophie, so they weren't so scared about the Stoneforge. But if they had main faced the Prismari Command, we would have been in much worse shape this match. Spyro is a great card for them here. We get to find out what that last card was. Dead Gone, yeah, it definitely felt relevant. But thankfully the Germ token has Pro Rad. And then my opponent's not going to be able to attack here, and then they can trade a Rhino for the Germ token, and then I can maybe, like, if I draw a land, equip Batterskull to Sentinel. I did draw the land. Although maybe Sophie equip plus Spectral Procession is going to be better. I'm definitely going to attack. They can't. This is still red, still pro red. They can't call the Germ. Yeah, let's equip the Sophie to the Sentinel and then play Spectral Procession. Over the Outburst. Oh, respond to the equip. I see. Yeah, that line was likely better. It you know, obviously, like they weren't playing around Solitude, which ended up making it a bigger blowout than otherwise. Interesting match. Feels nice that this deck is just like outgrinding Murktide, outgrinding Rhinos, getting lucky and winning, beating a Living End. Playing right into this Fury. Although equipping the Batterskull into the Sentinel is just going to be very difficult for them. They are chump blocking with the Rhino probably, or if they attack with this Rhino, it's probably a mistake because then they can't chump block. Batterskull, sort of fire nice. You got your Shardless Agent, your Crashing Footfalls, your Seasoned Pyromancer, your Fury. You can keep them. You can keep them. Me, I've got my 1 mana 1/1, my Batterskull, and my Sword of Fire. Nice. I didn't see it. 4 dogs. I'd almost definitely play the 4th champ over the 1st butcher. Or Razor Slash Transmogrant. Oh, they didn't block? The old no attack, no block, huh? Yeah, I also I always preferred Jadar. This card doesn't seem very good to me at all. It only returns for 6 mana. Okay, 4 less if your opponent controls 4 more non-basic lands. Yeah, I don't know. This card could be good. I haven't ever cast it. If you've been testing and liking it, that's fine. But I was always a big Jadar fan, and I'm really surprised to not see the 4th champ in general. I think Messenger's your best 3-drop, so playing the first Liliana, the 4th Messenger is weird to me too. I haven't played the archetype in so long, also. It's kind of hard for me to chime in too much, maybe. Uh-oh. They found their Beseiju, huh? Okay, we have a lot of different options depending on how they block. Here, I think the best option is just going to be kill these 2, play Sentinel, re-equip. Solitude Fury. Didn't my Sentinel still die? I think this is maybe better. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. The list is just so weird. Surely you just want to maximize on one of these removal spells. Like, you know, you feel like one of these is the best, and you just max out on that one. At least that's always kind of my philosophy. I would think it's just Tragic Slip. I also, like, I don't know, like, I thought we were... I recommended at least yesterday playing the White Splash for Prismatic Ending, which are no longer in the sideboard. Okay, so let's get the Sentinel down, which makes combat really gnarly for them if they don't have a big top deck. So again, just kind of like a lot of loose thoughts from someone who hasn't played the archetype in a long time. But I remember I always hated Relentless Dead. I always thought that that card was not very good at all. I always really liked Jadar. And I really like Champ. And I really like the White Splash for Prismatic Ending, and I think Push was the best removal spell. So, you can also play Portable Hole instead. It's maybe more mana efficient in general. Okay, yeah, so let's just attack with the Sentinel, and then really put their head in the twister. By running one of each, enter something that covers me. There's two options for everything. The mana and White Splash make Burn and Prowess unwinnable. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to sacrifice something, right? But yeah, I think it's more important to be able to beat Hammer than to like be better against Burn and Prowess. But either way, I don't think there is like another answer than like you have to sacrifice equity in one of those spots. Yeah, we're gonna Hardcast Shoal on one Rhino to deal damage to the other Rhino. Then pro red, or do we pro green? This is such a headache. I guess we don't protection anything, because this is still dying. Yeah, it's still dying because it gets dealt damage by the other Rhino and the Agent. Yeah, math is for attackers. You know what? I think I'm just equipping onto the Solitude. Sure they want to kill the Chumpers? Maybe. We can start pro-redding. Like, I kind of feel like I just have the inevitability, so if they're chumping, I'm gaining 6 or 7. Maybe that's fine, maybe it's not fine. Let's see if I have any more thoughts. I don't think so. Kind of covered a lot of it yesterday, too. Yeah, I would definitely play more, like, the third Jadar over the Relentless Dead. I'd play, like, the fourth Champ over the second Razor Slash, but maybe that card's better than I think. But I think you probably only want to play one copy. There's just Force of Virtue, so I don't have to tap the Giver. Kind of feels like I'm trying to bait the Giver tap here. Pro green, 4 Shoal protects this. Yeah, but yeah, like, yeah, I know we could use all our resources to protect the Sentinel, but it's like, why not just equip, right? Borrower on the Batterskull. Or just pro green. Maybe we could have ordered the blockers a bit better. Oh yeah, we bounce it so they don't get the Borrower. And y'all are so smart. How will we beat the Borrower? If they drew like a force for this Batterskull, it is a problem. We're still not doing so bad. Force it with Force first. They would definitely save it for the Batterskull. They know I have the Batterskull in the hand, right? We're not baiting it. Yeah, keeping up this Batterskull bounce mana is going to be really key. They don't even bother attacking with the Borrower. So I don't have SORCERY anymore, but I do have Kaldra. So Force Mystic seems good again. I mean, it's just been good this whole time, I think, or good enough. But it is better in this deck with like Shining Shoal to protect it. It's definitely been one of the matches of all time. One of the matches of all time. Just kill the red blockers. I don't think I'm supposed to shoal here. I think I'm just supposed to let this happen. Yeah, of course we have Squadron Hawks. I think I'd play Modern without 4 Squadron Hawks in my deck. I missed the intro. How did I find develop the deck? Well, there's been like a mono white Shining Shoal humans deck for a while, and I was really interested in Shining Shoal plus Monastery, like Force of Virtue plus Monastery Mentor plus Shining Shoal sounded sick. You play Mentor with Force of Virtue and Shoal up. I did some playtesting. Monastery Mentor still sucks, but Stoneforge like fits the role pretty well. And then while I was like working on that version, I found Spectral Procession having the 6 mana value for Shining Shoal is like really, really key. Also works very well with Force of Virtue, and so there's like just like a lot of kind of critical moving pieces here, I guess. Sentinel's not doing too much this game, even if it is a 3/3 Esper Sentinel. It does feel like kind of like the only way we lose this game, though, is if my opponent has like an answer for this Batterskull right now. So like, I'm just going to play kind of a slower game. I have enough life where I think I can afford to do so. Attack with my 2/2 germ. You could play Mistfeel Plains. You don't have to play Mistfeel Plains. I don't have a really strong opinion on it, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be in the best position if I never tap out of Batterskull bounce. Although maybe I should just bounce it now. Could also just equip. Maybe we're doing fine. Okay, I'm pivoting. It is really bad if they find a Force of Vigor, but I'm not even sure they have that card post board. Maybe Famous Last Words, maybe. I'll draw a card if they have it, though. Yeah, we still have the Kaldra. We still have like a 5/4 Solitude. We're kind of doing fine. How many Squadron Hawks we pitched? We pitched a few. We pitched a few for sure. Anonymous Gifter with the 5-pack. Thank you, Anonymous. If that is your real name. Well, I get to draw a card from that. Dude, Batterskull literally just soloing away Rhino's opponent. Like the best Batterskull we've had in a long time. Hi, Crossfire. Welcome, welcome. Think Force of Virtue could make enough sense in Devoted Druid Shell? No, you can't be like 2-for-1ing yourself in that way in Devoted Druid, I think. Let's get the third one of these out there. Could hardcast Emeria if we drew one. Oh yeah, we're up a game. Whoa! This is four 4/4s. Why would you even ever think about pitching Squadron Hawk? You just wanna cast all of them. Is it? They did draw Force. They're targeting Kaldra. They're targeting Kaldra. That's so funny. I guess I'm just gonna pro green here and kill them. Yeah. We're 3-0. 3-0, beating Murktide, Living End, Rhinos. Just nobody can beat a Stoneforge Mystic and a Batterskull. And the Batterskull's even in the sideboard, and it's been the best card this league. Yeah, Maul sucks. Let's just... Although we did pitch ball one time. We gotta show the Batterskull the main deck. Double Sentinel is like really broken. I'm gonna mulligan. If I had a force over like second shoal, I might keep them. No, don't play Nykthos here. Got the announcement for the skull, yeah. And then play 2 Adelines. That kind of feels like a good number. No, dude, I just can't register Lion Sash ever again. The card is just too anemic. Ephemerate over the 3 drops? I mean, Ephemerate is only good with Stoneforge Mystic and Solitude, and it's not that good with Solitude, right? It's not good with Squadron Hawk. Yeah, we don't have enough targets for it. They're not mismatched. Oh, they are mismatched. I guess. My kingdom for a Squadron Hawk. This matchup's probably pretty good. We have four Sanctifiers on the board also. Not a great matchup to have mulligan in though. What decks come to mind when I think of mono white brews? Blue-white control comes to mind. Oh no, I was even drawing Squadron Hawk. Oh my gosh. Blue-white control comes to mind. Murktide comes to mind. Scam comes to mind. Creativity comes to mind. Rhinos comes to mind. I tried recommission. Not in this version, but like we don't have enough 3-drops, right? Or you need Ranger Captain too if you're gonna play it. Alright, getting scammed. Likely to be a fast game 1. I guess we have the Eiganjo. It's kind of soloing them. They know about it though is the problem. They could be the first modern player to ever play around it. Got some draws though. Let's go! Yes! Let's go. Is this a lifelink? No. We're doing it, y'all. No, they saw the Eiganjo off the grief. I guess I'm taking the hit. Control Adeline, right? Yeah, red black versus announcement, just like Pioneer. And it is seeming to be really bad. I did get talked into playing it though. I don't think I can go to 2. But I do have live top deck Batterskull, live top deck Solitude, Sophie, that's on the list. What? So am I blocking I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not blocking. He didn't have nothing, and then I can equip. And there is like a lot of nothing in their deck at the moment. I don't have the Batterskull. Yeah, they usually don't play the playset of bolts. It's like between 2 and 3. I am turning on discard spells for them though with this line. Not that I really can. There's a way I can play that doesn't turn them on. Dying to Kolagon's command is like the worst way to die there. But, that's fine. It's fine. Almost top decking out of that after mulliganing on the play and having their start be so good against us is kind of nice. Definitely want to keep the Shoals in against the Fury deck. Yeah, I think I'm going to sideboard the same way I sided against Murktide. Like this. I can't believe we cut the wedding announcement after that. It wasn't that bad. Or at least it was like a 3-drop when we were top decking in Modern. I don't hate this hand. Doesn't have a Sanctifier. I don't like mulliganing either. I'm going to mulligan though. Yeah, this hand's so much better. This hand is actually really sick. What are we putting back? I think I'm actually putting back the Force of Virtue. It's also a mulligan to 6. Is Procession purely for Shoals? I can't have... I fell, but... I mean, yeah, it's better with Shoal, and it also doesn't make you splash, and it makes 3 tokens for 3 mana. That's not too bad. But, it's really important to have, like, 8 big drops for Shoal, I think. Okay, so if they scheme, we get to draw a card. Where's Nykthos? Only mono-white players want to play Nykthos. Oh, come on. Damn it. That could have been one more card down. Got some Fury protection, though. Am I going to just shoal the Grief, though? I think I'll probably take a hit from the Grief. Alright, let's kill it. Change my mind. Maybe I can draw another Sanctifier. Squadron Hawk. Giver's not the worst. Stoneforge Mystic is now really nice and live top deck. Their hand is going to be Ragavan. 3 mystery cards, though. Hard to feel like we're ahead at the moment. Is the last card really a scam card? Yeah, I just have to top deck another Sanctifier or Stoneforge here. Then I'm pretty live. Yikes. Yikes. It was Malika Rebirth, so this is a 3-turn clock instead of a... I guess it wouldn't be 2-turn, never mind. Good deck, W. I don't know. After criticizing Vat of Rebirth so long, I now see the merit and have turned my changed my tune. Dude, the disrespect, like, not even cast the Squadron Hawk there. Alright, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Alright, keep this. Yeah, we lost this game. Feels bad. It's a hard matchup to mulligan in twice. That's okay though. It's like our living end matchup's really bad, but we won anyways. Our scam matchup is probably pretty good, and we lost. That's fine. Yeah, it's pretty comparable. A little bit. Overgrown Tomb. Cookbook. Let's go. Could be the Goryo's deck. Could have an Emrakul thrown at me next turn. Sure hope not. How many gifted subs do you wish to draft in the match? I'm not going to. No negotiation. I'm hungry and got plans tonight. Persist? You're feasting Troll King, huh? That's fine. Listen, I like feasting Troll King as much as the next guy, but I never told anybody to persist it. I do it for 700 gifted subs. Yeah, but I don't want you to give 700 subs. I want to go eat lunch. yeah, you're right. It's fine, Clay. It's fine. It's fine. Why not perfect 4 blocks? Because they just block the other creature, right? I'm hitting with 2 creatures. I want to pro-green the one that gets blocked. Okay. Esper Sentinel card count 3. We'll draw a Shining Shoal. Not quite that lucky. Adeline also not quite out of Asmo's range. They do have the Oval Chase Daredevil, which is going to make things tricky. And they forget to attack with their Vigilant Feasting Troll King. You know, no modern player has ever played around Eiganjo. It's just so invisible here. Like, how do they ever see it? it's just like literally invisible. There's nothing you can do about it. That being said, the Shadow Spear that's coming down is still a big problemo. Finally get to bring in our Leonin Relic-Warders, though. Sanctifiers. Oh, they get a 3rd cookbook? Weird. I mean, their hand is, yeah, their hand, Daredevil 2 mystery cards. So if their hand is like land Asmo, then this makes a lot of sense. Okay, they attack with the Troll King this time. Still has Vigilance. Okay, second Giver of Runes really does help me not get destroyed in these combat steps. What do you think of Persistent Troll Foodless? I don't like it very much. I don't know. Like, it's fine. It could be better than I think, but like I'm assuming you're playing Unmarked Grave and Archon also, and the issue with is Reanimator is a deck that like needs to mulligan really aggressively, and Food is a deck that like also needs to mulligan. Or it doesn't like mulligan that well. It's kind of been my issue with it. It could be better than I think, though. It might be better with Haywire Might now. You don't have to deal with hate cards. But that was kind of my opinion on it in the past. Could be worth dusting off again. Salmon Steel Seeker maybe makes it better. So you're cutting what? Like you're cutting... You're cutting Rin and the One of Fable and the Scrapwork Mutts. Which is 9 cards for 4 persist, 4 Unmarked Grave, And then you need to find 3 more slots for... you need to find 3 more slots for the like 3 more Archons. I don't know, it seems better. Yeah, you're playing Persist because it gets back Archon. Yeah, it's also awkward Persist doesn't get back Asmo. Like, that's a problem. There's a lot of problems. Okay, there's a Shadow Spear, which I'm happy I get to draw 2 cards, but I'm, like, less than happy that there's a Shadow Spear plus a Giant Construct. Third Giver's interesting. Shining Shoal, a little less interesting. 4 Archon, 3 King. Yeah, something like that, for sure. Something like that. You have to cut the Goose, maybe, but the Geese are, like, really important for Troll King to be good at all. So it's a conversation, but I'm not sure exactly where I'm ended up with that conversation, I guess. Yeah, so I think we're just blocking with everything after playing our second Force, and then letting them order blockers, pro-colorless in the order. Pro-colorless from Giver, assumes Giver, Shadow Spear, almost, yeah, almost being if you could target your opponent's creature, is that what you're saying? Alright, let them figure it out. There's probably a better way to block, but it's not going to be much better than this. I can't remember the last time I played a deck, and I just had, like, more weird situations than this. That's saying something, because we've been in a lot of weird situations lately. Okay, so let's just go pro-colorless, pro-colorless. We lose a Giver. Are we really just losing 1 Giver? Literally, wow, just trading a giver for a construct and like 6 life? That is not a bad deal on this board. The power of multi-blocking. Multi-blocking is a very, very powerful. You could have kept all 3. No, one of my givers is summoning sick. .1 for Lingering Souls, by the way. Still not a bad card. Could have Shoaled also. I don't think Shoals. I think we just better playing the 9 power. Can Shefet Dunes next turn, maybe. Eiganjo really won us this game, too. This card is so hard to play around. It is just, like, you just can never see it. Uh-oh, they drew a Finale. Fuck. Oh wait, I get to draw 2 cards. Maybe not so bad. Oh, perfect, perfect. Now I get to Shoal the Asmo damage. Oh, I guess I only get to Shoal... I forgot they have 5 Asmo activations, huh? I get to Shoal 1 of them. Where do I Shoal? Do I Shoal just like 6 damage to their face? I don't know, because I don't know that I can beat the Asmo. Okay, so they have 4 more kills. So I go... Let's just start off by protection here. Just like I just get to counter this one. And then they're doing another one here. So if I Shoal their face, they go down to 7. They have 3 more activations. They can kill Sentinel, kill here. And I still have the Giver. Oh, why is this so hard? It's such a headache. Obviously the other choice is damage to Asmo itself. So they go down to 7, which is kind of a weird number. And then they can kill 3 more things. 1, 2, 3. 2 blockers. Yeah, they should be dead. They should be dead. Target. Pitch. Protect the Sentinel. Well, I'm countering this ability, so like this protects the Giver. Why don't you let them kill all with Shoal, then 7/7, put them down to 6? If they kill all with Shoal, I'm not. They're at 7. I don't, what are you talking about? They can fizzle this. I guess I just target the Asmo then, right? I just target Asmo. Yeah, no, I just target the Asmo. Oh, Asmo doesn't deal damage. The creature deals damage to itself. Fuck. Damn it. Should have protected, sorry. Doesn't really matter though, because they can just kill whatever I protect later. Well, damn. So they can kill 2 spirits, block 2 creatures. They can't fizzle Shoal. Yeah, they can. They can. So if I block the Troll King, hold on. If I block the Troll King, I have 1 less attacker. They have 1 less blocker. I guess I need to gang block though. So 2 minus. We could have saved Shoal for this attack. We should have, yeah. I didn't realize, obviously, that Shoal didn't actually stop didn't actually reduct the Asmo. My opponent's also like just not attacked with the Troll King this game, so it's hard to like bank on it maybe. So my favorite food deck? I played the green red at the Hunter Burden. It was pretty good still. They returned the Troll King. Wait, hold on. Did they have 5 food? I totally counted that they had 4. I choose Squadron Hawk. I totally counted that they had 4. So annoying. Okay, so this is hitting them for 6. Down to 7. Shefet Dunes. I totally counted that they had 4, I guess I was just wrong. 6, 10, down to 3. What a match, huh? Really blundered with the Shoal. Okay, good that they didn't kill the Giver end of turn. We swing out, activate Dunes. Was it lethal? It wasn't by my count. Oh, I should have shouled the Feasting Troll King, I think, instead. Although they could also just like kill the Feasting Troll King instead, so it shouldn't really matter. Actually, it should actually be the same outcome. I guess I would have less. I would have more attackers though. Yeah. Still, never mind. That was the right line. We have cast Wedding Announcement, yeah. Had to wait till no more activation. Oh, yeah, that line also works. My first time playing Shoal against Asmo. I'm new to Modern. Please be patient. You're fine? Okay, opponent's at 10. 3 activations. Yeah, she says she's fine. Dead Spirit. Dead Hawk. They don't want to kill the Sentinel? They're just dead. Awesome. I can't believe we won this game. Definitely do them punting and like not playing against Shefet Dunes, but to be fair, it's hard to play against Shefet Dunes. What a game. Both players played really bad. They can gain 6 for what it's worth. Nope, they can't. Oh, they can! They can! Wow. I don't think I've ever used that trick with Asmo. Maybe Chalice isn't as good because they have the finales. Make sure you cut the Sophie in this matchup. What a weird matchup. Ava, 3 months, thank you. Oh yeah, with the Sanctifiers. I feel like the Shoals aren't that good. It's so easy for them to sort of play around the Asmo. Moonlight stops them, right? Moonlight stops like Finale and Persist. It's kind of hard to hold up on the draw. We already brought in a lot of 2-drops also. Yeah, I think it's probably over sideboarding to bring in Moonlight, but it's not bad. We can maybe bring in someone to play if we go to game 3. What a league this has been. I'm glad we chose to play this today. I feel like we salvaged the stream a little bit. Weird day today though. The winner of the game is the player who makes the next last mistake. It's pretty good, actually. Dude, I love Esper Sentinel. This card is so busted. So I guess we're going to go double Giver this turn, probably. They have a second cookbook plus a Daredevil. Yeah, they discard a second Asmo to play a third Asmo and then Legend Rule? There's no way this is right. And they still let me untap with both Givers. Like, why are you doing this? The only reason to take this line is to stop me from untapping with double Giver. Doesn't make any sense. I have a feeling we're going to hardcast Emeria's Call. Maybe could play one tapped. We could also draw like 2-pitch cards. Yeah, we've had a lot of paid actors this league, which is maybe why we're 3-1 with mono white 12-pitch. To Capper, I think with Twitch Prime. Thought Process, Procession, over Splash for Souls. Procession has 6 mana value for Shining Shoal. Yeah, I think that's like the biggest like innovation that's here. There's, you know, obviously like a few different things you could do. Yeah, sandbagging the dunes. Asmo doesn't beat Kaldra. This is Kaldra's Exile Clause only triggers when it deals combat damage. Yeah, it's so weird because it looked like they took this line to like get out from under double Giver, which is like really brutal for them. But then they just discarded their other Asmo, and then Legend rolled their Asmo for no reason. Means Shining Shoal beats Kaldra? Yeah, is that how it works? Sounds like it does. Very cool. Whenever I think of a damage redirection spell, I like always think of Deflecting Palm because, you know, that's the spell I have the most experience playing with and against. So every time a redirection spell works differently from Deflecting Palm, I'm like, what? So I wasn't sure about the Shefet Dunes. I really like the Shefet Dunes. As far as like tweaking the deck, I think you could do a few different things in the sideboard. Would not mind more Living End Hate. Could play, you know, Silence. Could play more Chalices, but I don't like that these Hallowed Moonlights against living in at least like you still get Wrath of God. So I think I'm probably gonna be off of the Moonlights going forward. Maybe like a split of like Silence Orvar. Also, obviously hard to hold up the 2 mana also. And then I wanted the Batterskull in the main really badly, but I think we can just play 4 equipments. Honestly, like I did like all 4 of the equipments pretty well this league. Funny enough, like the Maul is really good when you have one of these already in the hand and you want to pitch to Force or Procession. I just want Ranger Captains, Adeline somewhere. Yeah, you can play Ranger Captain over Adeline. We literally only like drew and cast Adeline one time though, and Adeline like I think in theory like you really want Adeline in your Force of Virtue deck over Ranger Captain, but you could play a couple Ranger Captains instead. I agree. I agree with the wedding announcements. Meh.